face looking in that way, but I think it's absolutely fantastic. But right now, South Africa, I don't know if you are ready to strike it rich, because I know I am. And we've got a special treat for you this morning. Today, I am sitting down with Simon Maritz, and he's the mastermind behind Fine Fragrance Collection and the upcoming Find an Agent, Find a Million competition. Now, with a cool 1 million rand up for grabs, Simon is here to give us all the juicy details on how you can win big, starting from the 29th of October next week, Tuesday. So let's get into the conversation. Simon, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
1 million rand, that is big money.
Well, what we're trying to do is give back to the community. I mean, we've got a business that satisfies the, we sell 2 million bottles of perfume a month. Wow. And so we've got a lot of customers out there, and this is our attempt to try and give back to those consumers.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. And I mean, what's more great for the story for me is the humble beginnings. I mean, you started selling a couple of bottles, and now it's grown into this business that is standing firm, 2 million bottles a month. I mean, that must have been a mind-blowing growth. You imagine that your business is going to grow, but I don't know, do you imagine that it's going to grow this big?
One never expects that. Never, ever do you expect that. Literally, we started in my garage. When we started the business, I always thought there was a possibility that we could be the biggest in South Africa. My wife said to me, well, you know, maybe I'm aiming a little bit high. And at the time, I said, well, at least we're the biggest in Olivedale because we're the only one in Olivedale. so that's where we were. Today, we are 10 years into the business. We're the biggest designer perfume business in the country now. And we are just, it's been an incredible voyage. I think the real thing, though, is we have to thank our customers and our agents. We are nothing more than a catalyst. That's really what we are. Our products are sold through our agents, and they are the ones that get up every day and do the hard work for us, going to the consumer and actually selling this product onto the consumer. So we are so grateful to them. Without them, I don't have a business.
100%. I'm also now making mental notes that if I'm stuck and I'm not sure what smell to go for, what perfume or cologne to go for, I'm calling you, because clearly you know something or two. But let's talk about the competition, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about the Find an Agent, Find a Million competition. This is sounded like a really fantastic competition. Tell us about that.
So what we were trying to do is connect the consumer with our agent. In the normal traditional retail, there's a signboard outside a shop saying that the shop sells whatever it is. With our agents, because they're people, there's no signboard telling them that who's the actual vendor.
Yeah.
So what we thought we would do is introduce a competition where we could get the consumer and the agent to meet in the real world, and that's what we did it for. And the way that we did that is by getting the agent to give a free lottery ticket to the consumer.
Yeah.
It's easier to give away a lottery ticket where you're going to win 1 million rand than try and sell a bottle of perfume.
That is very true.
That's what we're trying to do. That's why we called it Find an Agent, Find a Million.
Yeah, and I mean, that million is definitely going to reel a lot of people in, but also people will be exposed to a lot of your products where they otherwise would miss some of the agents that you have, like you're rightfully saying. You've partnered up in efforts of ensuring that more people know about not just the product and the perfumes that you have, but also about your agents by partnering up with eTV, eExtra, eReality. This game show is going to be running on these platforms. How pivotal is that relationship for you in terms of showcasing the product and making sure that there's visibility of Fine Fragrance Collection?
Coming to E is really, I mean, we came to E last year and we did a promotion with them last year, and we had a campaign that ran last year. At the time when we came to E, we were selling 1.4 million bottles a month. 3 months later, we were selling 2 million. So that we know that it works, so that we know that the audience that E caters to is the same audience that wants to buy our perfumes. So it makes sense for us to come to E and do it. So yes, it's a collaboration that has worked. It is something that we'll continue to do, and we look forward to seeing what will happen in this competition.
One of my favorite things about Fine Fragrance Collection is I remember the last time I actually encountered a big version of your scent. It must have been at the Rand show earlier this year. And I was just like, one of my favorite things is that it's affordable.
Yes.
And I'm just like, a lot of times when you think about making sure that you smell good after looking good, you always worry because it's just like, man, it gets so pricey. Is this something that's important towards the model of Fine Fragrance Collection, that even though the growth keeps on happening year on year, one can be guaranteed that we'll always find it to be affordable?
So the question you have to ask is, why is perfume perceived as being unaffordable? The reality is this. The liquid inside a bottle of designer perfume costs somewhere between 10 and 20 rand. Why does it sell for 2,000 rand?
Sure.
In fact, the reality is that perfume and toothpaste costs about the same to make. Would you ever buy a tube of toothpaste, even if it was in a beautiful glass jar, okay, for 2,000 rand?
Absolutely
And the
not.
answer is, of course not.
Yeah.
So the reality is, what we have done is just being able to bring that price down to a point where people can afford it, like toothpaste. really perfume is just another personal care product, and that's what we're trying to do. So to answer your question directly, there is no reason for us to ever reduce the quality. The product to make is so cheap to make anyway, so we can get it out into the marketplace at an affordable price to everybody.
When you think about the future for Fine Fragrance Collection, what does it look like? Because I'm sure now you're dreaming definitely bigger than Olivedale, but I'm sure the casting of the net is even further. What does the future of Fine Fragrance Collection look like?
I've always said as an entrepreneur, if you're going to start a business, it's difficult. If you're going to try and start a business where you think you can be the biggest in the world. When we started, we were aiming high. We are the biggest in South Africa now. Our strategy is to try and look into global growth now. We will take this product to wherever we can in the rest of the world and see what we can do. I think there's a possibility that in 10 years from now, Fine Fragrance Collection will be the first brand that will come out of South Africa that will be a consumer brand, a global consumer brand. That's what I think might happen.
Man,
but we're still a long way to go.
A long way to go, but a way to go indeed, and we'll still be able to make it to the other side. Simon, I think we're chatting about the company, we're chatting about future, but there's someone who's listening to this conversation going, great stuff, I just need to know how to be a part of this game show, how to be a part of this competition. How do people do this?
Easy. All you have to do is look for somebody in the marketplace wearing this badge. All our agents have been issued badges like this. All they need to ask them is for a ticket like this. This ticket here has got a unique number at the top there. Okay. Once they get given the ticket for free, head on over to finefragrancecollection.com, register the ticket. Why register? How will we know who you are if we can't give you the money? So we need to know who you are. So register the ticket, you're in the draw, and then watch eTV.
And as simple as that.
That's it.
I'm going to grab this form while you're here in front of me, because you've got the badge, and you've got a ticket number. So I'm going to keep this one with me, fill it in and put it on the website. But for people who want to get more details, where can they go for that?
Just go to our website, to finefragrancecollection.com, or meet one of our agents out there in the real world, and they will tell you all about it.
100%. Simon, it's been great to chat to you. When we go to an ad break, I'm going to chat to you about summer collections and what the summer fragrance is for 2024, and just help me figure out the notes that work well for me.
I certainly will.
I'm looking forward to that conversation. TMS Fam, that's how we wrap up this conversation with Simon. Such an exciting preview of the Find an Agent, Find a Million competition that is running right now. It sounds like a life-changing opportunity for someone out there, because can you imagine if you won R1 million right now? Like today, imagine $1 million in your account. Well, you want to make sure that you be a part of the competition. It's kicking off on the 29th of October at 2 minutes before 6:30. That's 18:28 in the evening, right here on eTV, as well as on eExtra and eReality. So be sure to tune in, and who knows, you just might be the next millionaire. And if you are, please call me. I'm here to just keep you advised and make sure that you use your money wisely. I'm just putting it out there. Simon, please just tell them to call me. Of course. Simple as that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Fine Fragrance Collection generic designer perfumes sell for between 50 and 80 rand. They smell the same and last longer than the originals. Smelling rich has never been this affordable. Fine Fragrance Collection, the world's #1 generic perfume brand. Now selling over 2 million bottles per month in South Africa.
What happens to those you leave behind? It is in these times of sorrow, loss and heartache, Clientele will be there for them.
What will become of their future? Clientele will help prepare for it today. Talk to us.
We'll be there to support them. Clientele will assist them. Just phone us. When you are gone,
Clientele will look after them with a range of affordable funeral plans